listen, you can hear it. It's the heartbeat of the city. It's people side by side, sharing the pride. You can feel it. It's the warmth between good friends. It's the rainbow around the bend, shining its light. Makes no difference where I go. You're the best hometown I know. Hello, Melbourne. Hello, Melbourne. We're with you on Channel 7. We're with you, Melbourne. Just say hello. Hello, Melbourne. Hello, Melbourne. We're with you on Channel 7.
Hello and welcome to our late night movie, The Song of Bernadette. The subject of religion rarely gets much of a look in the movies today, and even when it does in a film like The Mission, it's more concerned with the politics of this world rather than the values of the next. During the Second World War, however, films with some spiritual content were more prevalent in times of stress and danger. I suppose people looked for something to believe in, something to give them hope. In 1943, not only did this film, The Song of Bernadette, become a critical and popular success, but a movie such as Going My Way, with Bing Crosby and Barry Fitzgerald as priests, waltzed off with the Oscar for Best Picture. Perhaps Jeremy Irons and Robert De Niro will do that this year, but somehow I doubt it. Franz Werfel wrote the story of Bernadette Soubirous in novel form in thanksgiving, it is said, for his escape from Nazi Germany, and the book became an enormous bestseller. Fox bought the rights as a possible vehicle then for Anne Baxter, but producer David O. Selznick saw the role as the perfect vehicle for an unknown, and the unknown in this case being a young actress from Oklahoma called Phyllis Walker, who was just 22 when she did this screen test for Selznick. She was married to Robert Walker and she had 2 children by him, but she was carefully watched over by Selznick, who'd fallen in love with her, with what he described as that eager, blushing, unspoiled quality he found enchanting, and which can be seen there in those stills, I think. All mention of any previous screen work under her own name, Phyllis Isley was pushed to one side at that time, and indeed there wasn't much to push, but one can see her in this still from a minor John Wayne Western called New Frontier, made in 1939. Selznick christened his star Jennifer Jones, and she proved to be exactly right for the role of Bernadette. She does bring a quality to it that a more experienced actress may not have been able to deliver. It's a sincerity, an unsophistication, an otherworldliness just right for the peasant girl who believes she sees the Blessed Virgin. She heads a superb cast of actors, including Gladys Cooper as Bernadette's enemy, Anne Revere as Bernadette's mother, Charles Bickford as the village priest, all of whom were nominated for Oscars for this film, as well as Vincent Price as the bishop, Roman Bowen as Bernadette's father, and although it was unknown at the time, Linda Darnell, Fox's lovely brunette of the 40s, as the Virgin herself. The film won Oscars for its leading actress, its photography by Arthur Miller, its superb sets, which have also been used for a Welsh village in How Green Was My Valley and a Norwegian one in The Moon Is Down, and its beautiful score by Alfred Newman, part of which you can hear behind me now. One may not like this film. The New Statesman critic called it 2 hours and 45 minutes of unutterable rubbish. But then, the film has its own answer to that statement at the very beginning of the film, and people have loved it over the years. I hope you enjoy it tonight. Well, just to prove that we're not biased here, we've seen the bright side of religion, if you like, the powerful, human, emotional side of religion in The Song of Bernadette. Next Sunday night we're having a film called Child's Play, based on a Broadway play, which shows the darker side of religious life. The devil gets lost in a seminary, actually, in this film. James Mason is one of his victims, and it's a very finely acted film. Beau Bridges and Robert Preston are in it. Not seen a great deal in cinemas, but very effective on television. So I hope you'll be with me next Sunday night for the other side of the coin, if you like, in Child's Play.
Ivan's hair is styled by Terence Renati and his clothes from Moda Moore.
Thursday, in a brand new series, Beyond 2000, Jeff gets sucked into a story on leeches and Chris checks out the new Yank tank.
It looks a bit like George Jetson's commuter.
Sharon is invited into a computer-controlled home.
Isn't that a little lazy?
Oh, yes, and I love it.
And the world's smallest camera takes a close look at Jeff.
It only weighs about half an ounce. It draws very little power, and it's possible to put it into the most extraordinary situation. Well, I think that's quite enough of the journey around Jeff Watson.
AMP presents Beyond 2000, 8:30 Thursday.